I recently watched a movie with my family about the pursuit of happiness, and basically, it was about someone called Chris Gardner who his wife left him and he was homeless. However, he managed to overcome overcome his hardships, and eventually he found his success. And so that's basically an example of anti-fragility, and today I want to go further into it. And yeah, so today I'm going to be talking about how to become anti-fragile. And so firstly, I want to talk. Well, firstly, everyone experiences hardships in their life, and yeah, maybe for example, if um, our relationships with others get worse, or maybe if you're starting a business and it fails. Um, well, everyone experiences like these types of emotions, and so basically we need to um, be strong and I guess try to stand back up. And so there's basically two types of resiliences. And so firstly is resilience 1.0, which is basically just normal resilience. And so it's basically when after pressure you manage to get back up. However, resilience 2.0, which is basically anti-fragility, is when you manage to get back up under pressure and grow stronger. So an example is maybe our our muscles, where after going to the gym and working out they grow stronger. And so yeah, so with resilience 1.0, say like an elastic band, if you drop a ball on it, it will yeah, get stretched when the ball is on top of it. However, when it passes, it goes back to its original position. However, yeah, with anti-fragility, after the ball moves away, it will it not only it not only returns to its original position, but it also grows stronger. So next time, if a ball gets dropped on it again, it will like have a lower effect. And yeah, so in psychology it's called PTG, so post-traumatic growth, and it's opposite to PTSD, where which is post-traumatic stress disorder, where basically after stress you like break down sort of. However, post-traumatic growth is where you grow stronger after the stress. And so basically the role of happiness is that is like the conditions that we put in place to allow us to grow anti-fragile and grow stronger and find happiness. And the paradox of happiness is, while happiness is a good thing, like if people like it's usual that the people who chase it grow less happy, and so yeah, I mean it's obviously a good thing. So how do you chase it? Well, basically, you have to, I guess, do it indirectly, and so to do that, you break it up into its sections, and you can think of it like light. So basically, it hurts when you look directly at it. However, if you break it up into its different segments, which are the colors of the rainbow, you can find it a lot easier to look at, and you can enjoy the different colors. And yeah, so it's just like happiness, where if you break it up, then then you are able to enjoy the parts of happiness. While on the other hand, if you just chase it directly, you might just follow it blindly without taking without considering other things, and just leaving behind things that actually matter. And so the different parts from this bio model. And so the S stands for spiritual, then the P stands for physical, the I stands for intellectual, the R stands for relational, and the E stands for emotional. And so yeah, spiritual, because it's like we need to find meaning and purpose in life. And yeah, so for example, say without purpose, when you wake up every morning, you might find it difficult to do, since being in your bed is a lot easier than just standing up and waking up. And so having a purpose allows you to step out of your comfort zone and just I guess start the new day. And another example, maybe if you wanted to be an astronaut and you didn't and you didn't really find maths that interesting, but you know that maths is like really important for you to actually be able to be an astronaut, and so that would give you motivation to study maths, and it would give you a purpose and a reason to work hard. And second, which is physical. So basically, the problem isn't really the stress, but how we deal with it. And it's actually proven by research that 50% of people in the US actually don't spend their vacation time, and instead they spend most of it just thinking about work, even when they have time not to be. And so so we should learn to, I guess, let go sometimes and just really enjoy and appreciate the things around us, and not always just think about work and things like that. Third, which is intellectual. So basically, it's people who tend to ask questions and are more curious tend to live happier and more like longer and more fulfilling lives. And so maybe, for example, if you're reading a book, you could ask, why did the author write this book, and what is like the true meaning that I can find behind this book. And similarly, if you were looking at a work of art, you could wonder, why did this artist paint this, or why did they use this medium to paint it. And I guess it really stimulates your brain into just going deeper into things and really like appreciating things for what they are. And you also you'll be able to like find true joy and happiness when you really look deeper into things. Fourth is relational, and it's like the number one predictor of how happy you will be or not, since a lot of our happiness comes from how close we are with others. And recently I had a barbecue with my family, and we were eating like food and fruits, and we also talked about our lives and just things around us, and it really made me like realize the importance of my relationship with my family. And I was able to grow a bit closer as well, and it just really made me be grateful for being able to spend time with my family. Fifth is emotional, and so you have to learn to embrace painful emotions, but also to find happy emotions, you have to just most importantly show appreciation. And there was a quote which was that gratitude is the mother of all actions. And so basically, it's really important because it allows us to just like I guess truly appreciate things. And so, say for example, if you were taking a walk, even something as little as seeing a flower, or maybe just a blade of grass, you'll like, if you just truly appreciate it, you'll be able to enjoy everything that nature has to offer for you. And also, my mother always cooks for me every single day, and I'm sure it's the same way in lots of other families. And basically after showing gratitude, I'm sure it makes her seem really happy and gives her reason to continue on cooking, since it makes so many people happy. And as well, it makes me, I guess, just appreciate my mother cooking more, since she's put so much time and work and effort into it. So basically these parts basically make up happiness, and so try to enjoy each of these in its different segments. And if you like do the right thing, you'll eventually find happiness. And even though things might not necessarily happen the way you plan them out to be. Like just try to make the most out of it. So maybe, for example, if you wanted to become a doctor, but you ended up working at an office, even though you might not have gotten what you hoped for or planned for, um, just if you try your best and make the most out of it, you will still be able to find happiness through that. A similar example is through someone called Malala, who basically she was shot in the head, and even though she didn't plan for it and no one really knew it was going to happen, she managed to get back up and grow stronger, and she like relearned all of her reading and writing, and she's even won a Nobel Peace Prize as well. So thank you for listening. I think the most important things to take away are that, firstly, everyone experiences sad emotions. So become anti-fragile to become stronger after experiencing them, and also don't try to chase happiness since it can cause more harm than good, and instead try to experience happiness through its different segments, which are spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and emotional. And also, even though things might not happen as you plan them out to be, just try to make the most of it. So yeah, I'm not too sure how many more times my dad will want me to watch The Pursuit of Happiness again. However, I'm sure that I've learnt about antifragility and how important it is to bounce back up after hardships, and I'm sure that, and I hope that whenever you guys experience hardships as well, you'll be able to stand up and become stronger. Thank you for listening.